off my stage.
About a year ago, my wife cheated on me with my brother.
Well, I did it because I was lonely.
Do you think your brother is the father to your boys?
Big possibility.
Before the show, you took a DNA test.
Yep, and my wife did a lie detector test.
Did you happen to sleep with his brother on your anniversary?
Yes, I did.
Do you think that she's still sleeping with him?
It's hard to say.
It was more than one time that we fooled around.
Are you sleeping with her now? This is your brother. It blows my mind that you would sleep with your brother's wife. Do you feel bad at any level at all?
I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's easy for you. It's not your wife. You don't seem very torn up about it.
Not really.
Of all people, why the brother?
I discovered I had feelings for him.
You sent her a picture of your penis, right?
Yeah. As I sent it to this guy, just to make it and rub it in a little bit more.
You know what the problem is here? Michael's too decent of a human being, and you're a jerk.
All I'm gonna tell you is if that lie detector test comes back, or where you guys lied, all you guys can kiss my ass.
This is what you want. These are probably the most important results, though, right here.
Yes, sir.
The results of the DNA test given to you and Dan is that welcome to the show. My guest is Michael. Michael, why don't you tell me why you're here today?
Because about a year ago, my wife cheated on me with my brother.
About a year ago, your wife cheated on you with your brother.
Yep.
And why
And
did she?
my marriage is extremely rocky, and it's not going all that well yet. And I also want a paternity test done on my two boys.
You want a paternity test because you believe you're not the father, and that
Yeah.
is your. Do you think your brother is the father to your boys?
Big possibility, because she told me that after I had found out about her having an affair, she told me that she had feelings for him since before my oldest one was born. So that made me start thinking.
How old are your boys? I'm just curious.
3 and 1.
3 and 1.
Yep.
And first of all, how did you find out that your wife was sleeping with your brother?
Me and my brother used to hang out a little bit. You know, he'd help me out, I'd help him out. Well, then in February of last year, he quit basically talking to me, period. I'd ask him to help me with something. He goes, no, I got other plans, and he'd take off with my wife.
Right there, didn't you say, you know, that's my wife, why are you taking off with her?
Yeah. He said nothing's going on, they're just friends. That's all both of them would tell me for over a month.
Okay, and so they would take off and what, spend the night?
They'd take off for the day, the night, every once in a
Okay,
while.
come on. It's your wife disappears overnight with your brother and you don't confront her right away?
I did confront her. She just kept telling me nothing was going on.
Did you say, you know, you spend one more night away from home, you know, I'm going to lock the door, it's over?
Well, I couldn't really lock the door because it was my parents' place, but no, she'd go down to her.
Why are you living at your parents' house?
I'm not anymore. Why were we? 'Cause I had quit my job because she said we were drifting away because I was spending too much time at work. Because I was working.
You quit your job because your wife said you were drifting away from each other?
Mm-hmm.
And how were you supposed to support you and your family?
I ended up getting a part-time farm job.
A part-time what job?
Farm job.
A farm job. What were you doing full-time that consumed?
I was working on a tugboat company up in downtown St. Paul, Minnesota.
And so were you gone long periods of time?
I was gone 9 to 11 days, 13 to 14 hours a
Okay,
day.
so it was almost, I can understand now. It wasn't like you were just working a 40-hour job.
No.
You were actually gone at long periods of time.
I was gone for 13 to 15 hours a day.
But you came home every night?
Yep. I was home every day.
Oh, I thought you were gone 13, 14 days.
No, I was working 9 to 11 days straight.
Oh, but so you would come home every night?
You know, I've always taken care of my family.
How long have you been married?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep.
And last year you found out that your wife slept with your brother.
Yep.
Did you actually catch him in the act? She told you?
She told me the day after he went to jail. But she wasn't going to tell me, but I had to sit there and basically badger, nothing physical, no nothing else. I just had to kept.
You just kept wearing her down.
Yep. She finally broke down and said she can't lie anymore, and I go, you slept with him, didn't you? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, how many times? She goes, once. I'm like, you're still lying. She goes, okay, twice. I still don't believe it.
And the number just kept going up.
She told me only twice. That's all I could get out of her. Well, I still really don't believe it.
Okay. And she told you this last year?
Yep. I can sit there and ask her right now, and she says because she was stupid.
That's her reason for sleeping with your brother?
Yep, because she was stupid.
And this all came about because your brother was going to jail?
Because she knew I wouldn't start a war with him if he's sitting in
he was safe from you.
Yeah, exactly.
He was safe in prison.
Yep.
So she figured, if I'm ever going to tell my husband that I slept with his brother, now's the time to do it.
When she finally told me, right after that, I was so mad I decided I'm going drinking. I drank for over 2 weeks.
Straight?
I didn't sleep for a week. I didn't eat for a week.
And you found out that she had sex with your brother on your anniversary?
Yep.
And you're still with her?
Yes.
Do you feel bad at any level at all?
I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's easy for you. It's not your wife. The results of the DNA test given to you and Dan is that before this happened, did you have reason to trust your wife? You believed in everything she said?
I trusted her up until about halfway through February.
And what happened that you stopped
Just
trusting her?
all the signs of what
Signs she started going out with your brother, taking off for the day.
Because the first time was the night of our anniversary. The night before, I was all excited about making her a nice dinner and everything else. Because the night after that, we had planned on going out to the movies and everything else. I had a babysitter lined up, and she just flipped out on me. She just went nuts. She started a humongous fight with me.
She basically, you're saying she picks a fight with you?
Yep. She goes down to this girl's house, and the next morning I had the entire day planned out. She got home at noon, and I asked her where she was. Well, down at this girl's house. And I go, well, you knew I had mega plans for the day. She goes, oh, yeah, sorry. She walks away. All of the plans I had made for our anniversary got canceled. Well, then the second time around was when I was going to go spend the night with her and the two boys at this girl's house. And she said no. Well, around that night happened to be the second time around that she told me that them two fooled around. Turn around, my brother calls me the next morning, and I was at work. He's flipping out on me because I had accused him of going down and sleeping with my wife. Well, I had every right. At least I thought so. And he's flipping out on me, threatening to come over and kick the crap out of me at work and all this other stuff. And it's like, go for it. I'll just call the cops on you when you get here.
How was the marriage up until, like, she starts seeing your brother? Was she a good wife? She's coming home. She's attentive to you.
She's always been.
You're happy.
Awesome. She's always been great.
Did your brother ever do this before with like girlfriends?
Yes.
Or?
He has slept with one of my girlfriends before.
And you found out that she had sex with your brother on your anniversary.
Yep.
And you're still with her.
Yes.
And why are you still with her?
Because of them two boys, and she don't have a job, and she has no way to support them two boys. And I do love her. I love my family.
Now, I know you're hurt that she did this. Do you really think that these boys aren't yours?
Well,
I mean, look, these are a picture of your boys. You tell me.
Yeah, I believe they're mine. It's just, I wanted to.
You want to know
make
for sure.
I want to make sure, because whether, let's put it this way, whether they come back as not being mine or they are, I'm still going to take care of them.
So even if these DNA tests come back, you're saying, I love these two little guys. I'm still going to be their father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take care of them.
Yes,
Would you stay married to her?
doubtful. Just for her leading me on this long.
Were you ever able to talk to your brother after you found this out with your wife? Did you ever confront him about sleeping with your wife?
No, I didn't.
You've never talked to your brother
No.
about him sleeping with your wife?
No, because both the only time I ever talked to him was when I'm drinking, and when I'm drinking, I'm the happiest
I would think that would be the time that you would talk to him. You're telling me you're drinking and you don't bring that up?
I'm the happiest drunk you'd ever meet. I do not get ornery until I start mixing, but
Until you start mixing.
start getting me on liquor, like shots and beer, yeah, I get ornery. I don't really, the main reason why I haven't really brought it up to him or confronted him about it is I just don't want no fist fights. Because that's exactly what it would turn into.
And that won't solve anything.
No, not a thing.
Are you scared of your brother?
No.
No?
He's the last person I'm afraid of.
Okay. Your brother sent your wife some pictures?
Yep. He sent a nude picture of himself to my phone, thinking it was my wife, even though my wife had her own cell phone.
Your brother's not too smart, is he?
No.
Do you think that she's still sleeping with him?
It's hard to say. She says she's not.
Does she say she ever has any feelings for him? Like, I loved him?
Not to that extent, but she said that she has had feelings for him since he was born.
So she said she had feelings for your brother before your oldest boy was born.
Yep.
And that's why you think that maybe your brother could be
neither one of them are mine.
Before the show, you took a DNA test?
Yep.
And I'm assuming your brother must have took a DNA test?
Yep. And my wife did a lie detector test, and
A lie detector test concerning what?
whether she is still cheating on me.
Okay, whether she's, because she says she's not.
Yep.
And she say, does
Yeah,
she say what?
she says she's not.
Can you even get past the fact? And I don't know. I mean, I couldn't speak for anybody but myself. But can you get past the fact? Would you able ever to forget that she slept with your brother?
Forget about it? No.
Were you able to forgive her?
Yes. If
You really you could do that?
I
huh?
think so.
Okay, and you've never confronted your brother about this?
Nope. All I've done is asked him questions on.
Right, and
Why?
you're not gonna. He's gonna come out here, and you're not gonna get into any physical confrontation with him.
No. Nope.
Okay. Let's bring your brother out. Let's bring Dan out.
I'm a liar?
A liar. Yeah, we did fool around.
Let's
And
see.
it was in March. And it was only for like 2 weeks.
Well, considering she was going to visit your ass in jail every day,
That's not my problem. Do I call her and ask her to come visit me? No.
considering a lot of the collect calls, you were talking to her.
How do I call her?
We had a phone at Mom and Dad's.
The fact of it is, though, you slept with his wife.
Yes. Things happen.
Things happen.
Not things like that.
I still regret never doing it too.
You sent her a picture of your penis, right?
Yeah. As I sent it to this guy just to make it and rub it in a little bit more.
You know what? You know what the problem is here? Michael's too decent of a human being, and you're a jerk. Results for Dan. Are you still having sexual relationships with Erin? The answer no. And the results for Dan.
You are the father.
Get off my stage! Dan, you really got to explain to me. I mean, you know, buddies don't do that to each other. You know what I mean? Good friends. No, good friends don't do that to each other. This is your brother. This isn't some guy on the street, the guy down the block, some guy you occasionally know. This is your brother. How do you? I mean, I'm sorry. It blows my mind that you would sleep with your brother's wife. Wouldn't it something, some alarm in your body, some voice in your head, something go off and say, no, 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 don't do this?
No, it didn't.
Do you love your brother?
Yes, I do. With all my heart, too.
With all your heart?
That's why we're here now.
And you told me that after the first time you two fooled around?
What first time?
The first time?
It was more than one time that we fooled around.
No crap.
And it was in 2
after
or 3 weeks.
First time.
First of all, it doesn't seem you're very remorseful. It doesn't seem like you're not, you know, you're not too tore up over it, sleeping with your brother's wife. And
I got over it. I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's easy for you. It's not your wife.
You can either forgive or forget.
Again, do you feel bad at any level at all?
Yeah, I feel guilty as hell.
Guilty? How about, wow, I wrecked my brother's life? He's at the point, he's got this nice little family, he's got a wife, he's got 2 little boys, he's happy, he's a hardworking guy, working on a tugboat, working 11, 12, 13 hours a day, and then you just come along and destroy it to the point where a man has to question whether his children are his. I mean, what kind of hell did you think you dragged your brother through?
Well, probably a lot.
Again, you don't seem very torn up about it.
Not really.
And why is that?
I just feel guilty for doing it.
Why do you feel guilty? There's no remorse.
Yeah, I know that.
If you went back,
if
would you
like
sleep
the
with her
guilty-
again?
No, I wouldn't.
Why would you?
I don't want nothing to do with her.
Why?
Because she just don't, there ain't nothing between us. I
Well,
don't
why'd
feel
you do it the
anything
first
or
time?
Nothing. Because at that point in time, it was kind of having feelings, but kind of not. Then it just happened.
It was kind of like having feelings, but kind of not.
Yeah,
I was kind of smart, and I was kind of stupid.
both.
So he slept with his wife.
Yes, I did.
You sent her a picture of your penis, right?
Yeah. But the problem is, it wasn't
The
her, and I
problem
knew
is-
exactly how it wasn't her, as I sent it to this guy, just to make it and rub it in a little bit more.
So you're going
Why would that be rubbing it in?
Because he texted me all day telling me that he was Aaron, and oh, why don't you come over and sleep with me and come over to this lady's
Oh, so you
house
thought it
and-
was his
No,
wife?
I knew it wasn't, because his wife don't talk to me that way.
How does she talk to
Only
you?
she doesn't say swear words like that. Did.
Let's say it wasn't your brother, right?
Right.
Your brother's shown incredible restraint here, right? You stand here like you're what you are.
Yeah.
Now, if your brother came out acting like some jerk, acting like some creep, maybe he was slapping his wife around, getting drunk every night, but I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing about a decent guy trying to take care of his family, working, who loves his wife, who loves his little boys. And you've got the creepo brother, a creep that sleeps with his wife, a jerk-off. That's what we got here. Some guy who's so selfish they even get caught, and you want to blame him for why you sent a picture yourself. What, do you got some underlying issues there? Maybe it's not the wife you want. Maybe it's the brother you want. Yeah, you never know. Maybe you got to experience that other side while you were away, huh? I mean, most idiots come up with the excuse, I was drunk. You're not even smart enough to come up with that
Why
one.
would I want to use an excuse when it ain't an excuse?
Well,
Not
then
for me,
why don't
'cause
you?
I wasn't.
Well, then why would you sleep with your brother's wife?
I don't know, it just happened.
It just happened. Just happened. You were walking down the street and boop.
No. What all started it? What all started it was one day I was at work, got home early. She asked me to watch the kids, so I watched the kids. Told her, she gave me a hug, and that's where it really took off.
A hug.
She walked up, and gave me a hug, and that's where it really took off.
She gave you a hug and
Yep.
it took off.
And then she started, and then she come back after that, asked me to watch the kids a few nights after that, and then.
And you couldn't say no.
No,
Why?
because they're my nephews. They ain't my kids. They're my nephews.
Yeah, but you know why you're going over there.
This was right at my parents' house.
But you still slept with her.
Yeah.
He's a sweet talker, trust me.
He's a sweet talker?
Oh, he is totally different than what he stood there when he was talking
He
to
reminds me of a serial killer.
Yeah, he is.
Results for Erin. Do you have any romantic feelings for or want to be with Dan? And you answered no. And the results of Erin's lie detector results. How many times did you sleep with her?
2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times. Did you feel guilty at all when you were doing it?
Yeah, right before I went to jail, yeah, I did. And then I just forgot about it.
Why'd you feel guilty right before you went to jail?
Because it was my little brother. And I knew I shouldn't have did it, but I did it anyway.
Well, how does jail come into play, though?
Oh, I had a few convictions of OWI
No, but why
convictions.
would you feel guilty? How about you're not feeling guilty during the fact you're looking down at your sister-in-law? Or maybe up at her? So during that time, you're not feeling guilty. Afterwards,
don't think
after
about
the
it
fact,
during
you
it.
didn't say, "Man, my God, what did I just do?" You didn't think about it after it happened? You didn't. You just was like putting on your socks. And then putting on your socks happened 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping with her now?
No.
You're not. When's the last time you slept with her?
Oh, March.
This
Of
last
last
March?
year.
Of last
A
year.
year ago, yes.
A year ago. And again, anything you want to say to your brother for doing this?
Well, all I can say is apologize to you again, because I can only tell you so many times. And I'm telling you right now that ain't nothing happening between me and your wife. I want nothing to do with her. And I know those kids are yours. And after this, I hope you live a very, very wonderful life.
Boy, you say it with such conviction.
No, I really do. I really hope he lives a
I
wonderful
could
life.
tell
after
you're
this.
really torn up about destroying your brother's life.
Oh, yeah, kinda, but not no more.
You're a very passionate person, aren't you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Is there anything you want to say to your brother?
All I'm going to tell you is if that lie detector test comes back, or where you guys lied, all you guys can kiss my ass.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear.
You and Erin both will never see me again.
That's fine.
Them 2 boys will, whether they are mine or not.
They are yours, and you know they are.
Well, I'll get proved. If they are, I'll get proved
Well,
right.
we're going to find out. I want both of you guys to leave the stage. We're going to talk to Erin, and we'll bring you back out. You go out that door right there. All right. Let's bring out Michael's wife and Dan's sister-in-law. Let's bring out Erin. How you doing, Erin?
Good.
Good. I got to ask you, I mean, listening to this story, why would you come on my show?
Because I want to prove to my husband that those 2 boys are his. And I want to prove to him, yes, I made a mistake. Yes, I slept with his brother. But that was then, and I made a huge mistake. I beat myself up every day. You can ask my husband. I apologize to him every day because it hurts, because my husband can't trust me anymore. He walks out the door every night and wonders, is my wife cheating on me? Is my wife doing something? And it hurts. It hurts. But I made my bed, now I have to lie in it. And I just want to prove to him that at that time, yes, I was dumb. At that time, yes, I made a mistake. But now I am a different person, and I'm not doing it again.
But his brother, I mean, of all the guys out there, this is a guy that's going to be in his life. This is a guy that's been in his life, you know, from the moment he can remember. Of all people, a million guys out there, and you have to pick his brother?
I wish I wouldn't have. I really
Why
do.
did you? Why the brother?
It was a little bit before we got married, I discovered I had feelings for him. But
Why? Because he's so charming, Mr. Personality?
He's a sweet talker, trust me.
He's a sweet talker?
Oh, he is totally different than what he stood there when he was talking to me.
He reminds me of a serial killer.
Yeah, he
The guy in the green shirt up here.
God
That's a
honest
sweet
truth,
talker.
He was a sweet talker to me. He told me how he had such a horrible childhood, all this and that, and I fell for it.
You know what the problem is here? I've met a few guys like this in my life. Michael's too decent of a human being, and you're a jerk. This is what you want. The results of the DNA test given to you and Dan is that
You are the five.
get off my stage. Okay, so you got married, right? Mm-hmm. The two boys, you're saying, whose boys are they?
They're Michael's. I know for a fact.
So you're saying they're Michael's. For a fact, you know that.
Yes.
And then you started sleeping with Dan.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
Did you ever sleep with Dan before your kids were born?
No, I did not.
Did guilt didn't just eat you up, like after the first time, right after you got done, you didn't say, oh my God, what did I do?
I thought about it, but I also felt like there wasn't much between my husband and I because of the fact that he worked so many hours. He was working at a tugboat place or whatever. He was working nine days straight, sometimes 10. He was home 2
We get women
days.
on this show that complain that their husbands are bums and they never work.
Yeah,
You got a husband that's busting his ass for you.
and I understand.
Seems like a real nice guy, right?
He's a very nice guy.
Hard worker?
He is a very hard
Good
worker.
father?
He's a very good father.
And that just drove you into the arms of another man.
Well, it's just the fact that he was never home. I understand being at work, yes. But when he was home for 2 days and I asked him if he'll spend time with his son and I, no. He went fishing. He would go fishing. He would work nights, sleep days. And I mean, I would not see him. He would be home. I'd see him walk out the door with a fishing pole.
Did you try to express these feelings before you
Yes.
slept with the brother?
His mom even knew that his mom would sit there and listen to me tell him. And I would explain it to him. And he said, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Because he
Now,
said,
what did you hope to achieve by sleeping with the brother?
I did not hope to achieve anything.
Well, you did it for a reason.
Well, I did it because I was lonely. Yeah, his brother happened to be there for the comfort. I'm being totally honest.
Did you happen to sleep with his brother on your anniversary?
Yes, I did.
You did sleep with him.
Yes, I did. There's no
I mean,
excuse for it.
that's
I
one
mean,
thing. I mean, bad enough it's killing him, right? It's tearing him up.
It is, and I go.
But
I
now
love
he's
him.
thinking, oh my God, on my anniversary, just the cherry on the top. And you say that they're Michael's children. There's no way they could be Dan's.
No, they're Michael's children. I know.
And you're
that.
not sleeping with Dan now?
No, I'm not. And that's why I came on the show, because I want to prove to him I'm not doing
Do you
anything.
think that these results are going to have any change on your marriage whatsoever?
Well, he told me it would, but I don't know. We'll see. He told me it would.
What happens if Tess comes back, you're lying, Tess comes back, they're not his children? Whatever reason, what if Michael says, I'm done, I'm out of here?
Well, if they came back lying, I don't know how it'd be possible because I know I'm telling the truth. But if he left me, I wouldn't blame him. I would not blame him one bit.
Would
could
you
do better.
fight for him?
I would. I would fight to him till the end.
Was it worth it?
No, it was not. It's not worth it. My poor boys are suffering. And that's why I just want to get this, and I want to prove to him that those are his children, that I'm not lying on, or not lying to him. I was in their shoes the whole time, until I was 5 years old, when my father came to me and told me I was not his daughter. I was not his daughter.
He told you that when you were 5 years
He
old?
was 5, yes. I was in kindergarten. I remember that. 5 years old, you can remember stuff like that.
It's got to be pretty difficult for a man to wonder if his children are his.
Exactly. And you know what? I want to prove to him, I wanted to get this test to prove to him those are his children. Because I do not want my kids at the age of 10 years old turning around walking up to their dad and saying, are you really my dad?
If you know that you suffered that pain yourself, and that obviously had to be a bad thing in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you turn around and do it to the man that you committed your life to?
I don't know. I never should have.
All right. Let's bring out Michael and Dan. Michael, first of all, is there anything that you want to say to your wife?
Yeah, I'll tell you the same thing I told Dan. Anything on that lie detector test comes back where you lied, or Dan, and if either one of them kids come back not mine, we're done. You guys will never see me again.
I don't blame you, but I have nothing to worry about. I have nothing to worry about.
All right, we're going to get to these lie detector results, huh? And this is what you want.
That, out of him, yes.
Okay. Results for Dan. Did you have sexual intercourse with Erin on more than one occasion? He answered yes. Are you still having sexual relationships with Erin? He answered no. Do you still talk to Erin on a regular basis? He answered no. Do you have any romantic feelings for or want to be with Erin? And he answered no. And the results for Dan, these are probably the most important results though right here.
Yes, they are.
The results of the DNA test given to you and Dan is that
I'm doing this for my husband so that I can prove to him that these are his kids, so we can actually be happy again.
I'm nervous because I'm afraid that the two boys won't be mine. And
I'm here to prove to my little brother that those kids are his.
This is something that needs to be done just to make peace to our family and kind of bring our marriage back together.
I've been taking care of them since they both have been born. And I don't want to turn around and find out now that they ain't mine.
I'm not their father, no. So I'm here to prove that.
I don't know, I also feel good about it because I know finally I can put my husband at peace, make him feel better.
I feel good. So they're all my little brother's kids. He can love them all he wants.
and the results for Dan's lie detector results are that Dan has told the truth. Doesn't take the fact away that you slept with your brother's wife.
I know that.
Results for Erin. Did you cheat on your husband with anyone other than his brother Dan? You answered no. Do you still talk to Dan on a regular basis? You answered no. Do you have any romantic feelings for or want to be with Dan? And you answered no. And the results of Erin's lie detector results is that she has told the truth also. Does that make you feel better?
Yes, it does.
It does?
A little bit, yes.
I'm not trying to, I mean, I hope that, you know what, honestly, Michael, I want you to feel better. What you got going inside you, it's got to be tough. And I hope this gives you some peace.
It does, to a point. It's still going to be a little while before everything calms down, but I'm trying my hardest, and apparently so is she.
All right. These are probably the most important results, though, right here.
Yes, they are.
Looking at that TV, looking at those little boys, do you need these results?
No, but I want them. I want to know the results.
The results of the DNA test given to you and Dan is that, Michael, you are the father. And just to be clear, you're the father of both boys. Both children, they're yours.
Good.
Is there anything you want to say to Erin now? Or Erin, is there anything that you want to say to your husband?
I told you I was telling you the truth.
And I'm glad you did. 'Cause I don't want to wreck our family. But
I already did. I ain't gonna lie. There's nothing to lie about. There's absolutely nothing to lie about. I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake. And you know I beat myself up. I apologize to you every day for what I do. I stay at home every day just to prove to you. I shelter myself just so you don't think I'm cheating on you. Because if I don't go anywhere, then I figured you wouldn't think I was cheating.
well, all I know is you've been lying to me for 4 years about you guys. You lied to me for 4 years.
I kept it.
How in the hell was I still supposed to trust you?
I don't blame you. I'm not saying you were supposed to.
How am I supposed to believe you
I
if you lied to me for
understand.
4 years?
I don't blame you for not believing me. How many times have I told you I do not blame you? How are you supposed to be able to trust me? How are you? You're not.
But it is a plus that we came here. Because now I don't have to wonder about them 2 kids. I'll ask you like I did about 6 months ago. So what do you want?
I want to be with you.
Okay then.
If I didn't want to be with you, I would have never came here. I would have sat there and let you think I was still cheating on you.
I have seen some bozos come on the stage.
Well, I've seen a lot of bozos too. There's one standing right here.
You know what the problem is here? Michael's too decent of a human being. And you're a jerk. Get off my stage. Anything you want to say to your brother?
Give me time. Other than that, as long as
Time, because I'm out.
What was that?
Let you guys live your happy life.
Your brother gives you a chance. He says, even though you slept with my wife, just give me a little bit of time. And I want to be brothers. Is that right?
yeah.
And you say, no, just go on with your life and I'm going on with mine? You're going to walk away from your brother after he's willing to forgive you?
Never said he was going to forgive me.
He just did. He said, give him
Okay.
some time.
Oh.
If you give me time, I will forgive you. Just like I will for her.
I accept that.
You know what the problem is here? I've seen this happen before.
I'm way too soft.
No, you know what? I've met a few guys like this in my life. The problem is, Michael's too decent of a human being. He's too nice of a guy. And you're a jerk. Get off my stage. You didn't do more. It wasn't charm. That was more like slither into your pants. If I were you, I'd appreciate, seriously, watch my show for a while. Watch it for a couple months.
Oh, I watch
He
it every
does every
day.
day.
Well, you watch it every day.
I watch it
Well,
every
then you
day.
should really
I go.
appreciate what you have here.
Oh, I do.
Almost every woman that walks across this stage or sits here tells a story about a bad guy. A guy that's drunk or a drug user or a bad father or that beats her. So my advice to you is I would do what you're doing. And what I'm offering to you is, I'm sure these results help you to some point.
Yes, they do.
But I seriously think because of what happened that you probably could use some marriage counseling, and we'd like to offer that to the both of you. Good luck to you. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. Come on. Let's go with your husband. Get off my stage!